Curator Kelly LeCaire defines a studio jeweler in the following quote. Studio jewelers are independent artists who handle their chosen materials directly to make one-of-a-kind or limited production jewelry. The studio jeweler is both the designer and fabricator of each piece. The work is created in a small, private studio, not a factory. My name is Allison Williams, and today I will be discussing the journey of a studio jeweler. A timeless tradition of art and craft, the career of a studio jeweler is one of endless possibilities. For centuries, studio jewelers have enriched our culture and society through handcrafted objects and adornment. The career of a studio jeweler is not a straight line. It varies for each individual. During this speech, I will discuss my daily routine, the benefits, the educational requirements, and the audiences I will have the opportunity to address as a studio jeweler. My daily routine will be a continual shift in what is needed and when. As a studio jeweler, I am not just one thing, but two things within one. First, I am a maker. Second, I am a small business owner. The challenge is balancing both to ensure success. First and foremost, I am a maker. I am a metalsmith and enamelist who makes one-of-a-kind jewelry. The term metalsmith refers to an artisan who forms and fabricates various metals, including copper, silver, and gold. Enameling is the art of fusing glass onto metal to create colorful and imaginative designs. These two terms are the foundation upon which my studio work is built. Studio work, as the name implies, is time spent in the studio working to create jewelry. My work begins with an idea. I create a drawing. That drawing is refined into a final design. Then, a detailed plan of how to fabricate the piece is compiled. After planning is complete, I hand fabricate all the components and put them together to make the finished piece. Once the final piece is complete, the process begins all over again. My studio work is always the same and always different. The similarities are in the process, techniques, and practices I use, my materials, and the location itself, my studio. The differences are in each individually crafted piece. The process is always the same, but the journey for each piece is always different. Once the work of making is done, the small business owner takes over. As a studio jeweler, I am the owner of a small manufacturing business. Planning and prioritization will be crucial skills. Each day, I have to balance what part of my day is reserved for my business responsibilities and what part of my day will be devoted to my studio work. My business operations and administrative duties will vary from day to day. I will have to handle all business correspondence, daily accounting, and order fulfillment. Then there are the advertising and promotional duties, such as product photography, social media, and website management. Being a studio jeweler is not for the faint of heart. You don't have just one specific job. You have many. But hey, who doesn't love a challenge, right? Although being a studio jeweler can be a lot of hard work, the benefits are really what attracted me to this profession. I would say the pros definitely outweigh the cons. The main benefit for me was that studio jewelers get to define their own career goals. You are your own boss, so you decide what your business will look and feel like. You're carving your own niche within the jewelry world. This also allows you to determine your own work-life balance. How much you work and when you work is up to you. See, endless possibility. The only thing holding you back is you. This leads me to the second benefit, continual growth. As a studio jeweler, you have to know your craft. You have to know it well and you have to do it well to produce quality work. As they say, practice makes perfect. Each day you are strengthening your skills through the practice of your studio work. Not to mention all of the continuing education opportunities that are available to help sharpen existing skills or to gain new ones. There are professional conferences that allow you to learn about new developments within the jewelry industry. Symposiums and workshops help you explore new methods of making. And then there is the all-amazing artist residency. you must apply and be accepted into an artist in residency program. These programs give you the opportunity to live and work in a different environment with fellow artists. These programs allow time to develop new work on new methods of making, research, collaborate with others. Really, the list goes on and on. There are short-term residencies, which can last from 5 to 10 days, or long-term residencies that can last from 1 month to a year. The benefit of continuing education is closely linked to the third benefit of being a studio jeweler: travel. Most continuing education occurs at craft schools or community arts centers in other areas, which means you get to travel. I love to travel. Time away from home often provides new inspiration and reignites my creativity. You can choose to participate in craft shows and art fairs outside of your area as well to gain new clientele. You can even participate in out-of-area art exhibitions with other artists. There are so many ways you can incorporate travel into your life as a studio jeweler. The band Fleetwood Mac has a song titled "Go Your Own Way." This is how I would describe the educational requirements of a studio jeweler. Many jewelers start out as hobbyists, do-it-yourselfers who learn through books or YouTube tutorials. There are workshops offered through various craft schools and community arts centers. Some jewelers apprentice for local jewelry businesses to gain or expand their skills. Then there's the option of secondary education through accredited jewelry institutions, community colleges, or four-year universities. These allow you to attain a certificate, diploma, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, or a master's degree. Take your pick. It really depends on what feels right for you. See? Go your own way. The audience a studio jeweler will communicate with is divided into two groups. The first group is made up of your peers and colleagues. Mindful listening will allow you to be a supportive listener to others within your field. Listening to gain knowledge from your peers and colleagues will help advance your skill set. There is so much knowledge and support within the jewelry community at your disposal if you practice good communication skills. The second group is comprised of patrons and customers. This audience requires mindful listening, listening to gain information, and from time to time, conflict resolution. Remember, the customer is always right. In order to know what patrons and customers want and need from your business, you must communicate in the right way. Without effective communication skills, you cannot further your business. I have given you a glimpse into the working life of a studio jeweler, a timeless tradition of art and craft. The career of a studio jeweler is one of endless possibilities. I will be sharing a slideshow of some of my jewelry, but first, I want to share one of my favorite quotes by Ralph Waldo Emerson that really captures the essence of why I chose to become a studio jeweler. It's not the destination, it's the journey. I hope you enjoy the slides.